As we approach the declaration of the restoration of the Biafran independent state of Biafra, officially to be called the United States of Biafra, it is imperative to adopt a hashtag to unite us in the media and create awareness ahead of this historic event scheduled for December 2nd, 2024. Everyone is encouraged to use the hashtag according to Simon Ekpa as Biafra Mass Exodus 2024. Let's create the highest awareness with the hashtag across all social medias and platforms, but especially on X, on space. Okay. Let's make it the number one trending topic on space before November 29, 2024. Let's ensure we dominate the media with at least 1 million posts under it before December 2nd, 2024, the Freedom Day. For Biafrans, 2nd of December has been tagged the Freedom Day. And of course, as Biafra Mass Exodus 2024 looms and is building up, of course, momentum. Your take on this?
Thank you for having me, Mr. Chikose. And I think the euphoria, the anticipation takes me back so nostalgic as to when Nigeria wanted to transition from 1999 to the millennia. I understand how people were they were excited. I mean, I understand the joy in the heart of so many Biafrans who are waiting for that glorious day. Because that day seems to be the day whereby the sun will eventually reveal itself on the darkness that has bedeviled the Biafran states and land. I think the person in Simon Ekpa has shown what we call the political will, the commitment, the determination. He has shown the leadership on what it takes to fight, on what it takes to emancipate yourself from your slave masters, from your colonial masters, from usurpers. It is not surprising that I am now seeing people like Asari Dokubo, so many members of PANDEF now calling on for the release of Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. Otherwise, the chicken that lays the golden egg will seize. And what does that mean? They will blow up the oil pipes. And we can see in the recent time how the president is going into all manners of negotiation, going into deals, trying to negotiate with the Southeastern senators. We can see the governors also are now being spoken with. We can see that the leaders of the what? Igbos are now being consulted. And I think it's a welcome idea for my Eastern brothers. I have always said it that when Biafra comes, wouldn't mind to have a passport and of course a beautiful queen from that region. If they don't mind, I hope you wouldn't mind, my host. But you see, what this young man, Simon Ekpa, is doing is commendable. And I think he is of the highest level of consciousness. And this is what is lacking in all the remaining regions. The South are somewhat reluctant, but of course they are being covered by the Biafrans. But in this case, the Westerners are not covered. The Westerners need to wake up. We must understand that the Fulanese jihadists have infiltrated our land, and if by the time Biafra is being declared, I think the West will now be the what? The slaughterhouse of the Fulanese. So we need to tell ourselves the truth that as a country, we have our own distinct cultural differences. We have our own distinct ideologies. And of course, we have our own distinct religious beliefs and affiliations. The usurpers, which everybody has agreed are from Futajalon, are conquering. They are on their mission to conquer. I spoke with a friend of mine from Jos. He said the major problem they have in Jos are the people who call themselves born to rule, the Fulanese from the Futajalon. In fact, they took it to the studio, they sang a song, and they even went extreme. Though they are being delusional, they said that America eventually will be colonized. And I'm not surprised because recently in the West, in UK, they are now shouting for Sharia law. You must understand that as Westerners, Nigerian Western states, we must wake up. The Fulanis are extremists. The extremists amongst them are the problem. I understand we have the Christian Fulanis, but the Fulanis is prevalent with extremism.
When you say the West or the Southwest, where you come from, will become a slaughterhouse, how do you mean after the emergence of Biafra? What exactly do you mean?
It is clear as day and night. Just few hours ago, Ekiti State is about to go into a deal whereby they will accommodate the Fulani herders. Have we not seen what they did, whereby some people allowed them, and at the end of the day, they overthrown them? This was how we lost Ilorin to the Fulani Caliphate. And today we don't have Oba again. What we have in Fulani in Ilorin is Emir. Though they are still Yorubas, but what we have there are Emirs because they came
Are
in.
the Emirs the Yorubas extraction, or is it from the extraction of the Fulanis within the territory, the Lorraine?
They are mostly Yorubas. However, they are bearing Emir. They are pandering to the rules, right? To the
Controlled by the Caliphate.
yes, by the whims and caprices of the Caliphate. They don't have their own will. That's it. And we must understand that when these people no longer have whom they use as a weapon tool, which have always been the Easterners, whereby the Fulanis have always passed their aggression on them. When they eventually emancipate themselves, I think who they will pass on are the Westerners.
Can we at this time say that the Ilorin, which happens to be a Yoruba land and remains a Yoruba land, but being overrun, of course, by the dictate of the Caliphate, is now, I mean, is conquered forever? Or is there any move by the Westerners, the Yorubas, to reclaim their ancestral homes and dynasty?
For me, I think the Yorubas have not been able to recover that place since the 1880s. Almost over 200 years, we have not been able to recover that. And I don't know how we can do that. Because even the people that we want to fight for have been assimilated into the Fulani mentality. The Yorubas and the Ilorins have been overrun, and now the people who are in the politics are the Fulanis extraction. They have the say they call the shots, you know, and the Yorubas there even follow their instructions. And it's almost impossible for we, the remaining Yorubas, to emancipate. Let me tell you that in Ilorin, when the traditional Isheshe, they call them Isheshe, these are the traditional worshippers, when they were trying to go for their Isheshe day, we saw how the Yorubas who have bought into the religion of Islam, brought upon them by the Fulani jihadists, went all out to kill their fellow brothers. They went all out to assault their fellow brothers who are the same Yorubas. This is how much religion has been used as a weapon. And you know why the Igbos?
It's very dangerous.
You know why the Igbos has that highest possibility of emancipating themselves? Because I think the only land in the whole of Nigeria that has not been infiltrated by Islam to a significant level is the Southeast. I was in the South to some extent, but in the Southeast, I think I can count the number of mosques. But look at the West. I mean, we have almost equal measures of religion. We call ourselves liberals. Yes, we can say we are liberals, but let me tell you, the Fulanis have an hidden agenda. And these are the extreme Fulanis. Because they will tell you that when you do this, you will be dealt with by the Sharia law. Okay? So, a wake-up call to my fellow Westerners I congratulate the Biafrans in advance if they are able to see through, if they are able to push through. Let me tell you, let me remind you guys, it's not going to be easy between now and December. You should understand that the Nigerian
IPOB is
armed
not
forces
seen as a good image
come
in
against you
Nigeria.
guys.
When you say an IPOB, they don't see as
Tell you guys,
somebody who
and
is
indeed
supposed to
to
answer
even
that
use
name.
it as a negotiation to release Nnamdi Kanu to denounce. Okay, but you all must understand that when it comes to the fight for the freedom of a nation,
as of today, have become
yes,
a
some
label
people will be used
that
as a
cannot be
sacrificial lamb.
cleared
However,
off from wherever you place it.
when
It
that
has
deed
become
is cutting,
a tattoo.
they will be celebrated as
That is
heroes.
what the IPOB have become
Okay,
a
because
tattoo
in most
on the
times
body
the
of
heroes
every
don't live to
indigenous,
enjoy the dividends,
sincere,
but they
breathing
are
indigenous people
remembered
of
and they
Biafra.
are being
That is what
placed
the
in the
IPOB
all
have
of
become
what?
a tattoo.
Of celebrities.
Alphabet 1,
So for me,
I.
I think
Alphabet 2,
December
P.
2nd, what
Alphabet
Samareba is doing,
3,
what is going on in
O.
Biafran
Alphabet 4,
state,
P.
which
These
is
four
the
alphabets
southeast,
have become a
is
tattoo
commendable. I think
upon
it
Simon
serves as what
upon
we
Biafra Freedom
call
warriors, upon
the
Biafran government
political
in the
will
Israel cabinet, upon the sit
of
at home,
mankind,
one day sit at home
the
Biafra,
determination
upon you
of
yourself,
mankind. This
upon
is
every
what
Biafran.
Muhammad
It has become
Gandhi,
a tattoo on every Biafran.
a man who stabbed himself,
They cannot be raised up.
he was in prison and he told them, I would not take
Someone
that
like
food
Uzodinma
from
is
my
IPOB.
colonial masters.
Uzodinma
Everything you
is
give to
not
me, I will not go chop
IPOB.
am. On this
There's
call
an
shall
Igbo
I
man.
die.
He's a Fulani
And so
Igbo man.
happened.
I don't
The same
understand.
thing happened with
Uzodinma is a Fulani Igbo man.
Mandela. For 27 years, Mandela
Igbo
was
chameleon.
right.
Igbo
So for
wolf
me, I think
in a sheep protein.
And he's the
Biafra
governor
is
of
leading that
a
path.
southeastern state.
If not in Africa, in Nigeria
Voted
most
by the
especially,
Fulani
they
and
are
for the
showing
Fulani.
the people of Nigeria that this is how to fight for your right.
Are you understand?
This is how
He's a
to show that you are
government of
determined, that you are
governor of
focused,
Fulanis.
that you
He's not
understand
by
that
the
it doesn't
Fulanis.
come easy. If I ask
Working
my
for the
Igbo brothers that,
Fulanis.
how do you feel on Mondays that
Okay?
you don't open? They tell me it is not easy, but it is a statement.
Okay?
And it has been a statement of fact
you
for the
can see
last,
people
if
in
I'm not
Biafra
mistaken,
land.
3 years.
Say they are Biafra,
Every Monday
but they are
lockdown.
not Biafra.
They are losing, but
That's why
they
Biafra
understand the
said in
long
book of
term,
Revelation chapter 3.
that the
I know
long
them.
term goal supersedes
Those
the
who
short
say that
term
they are
earnings. And
synagogue,
for that, I
they
commend
are
them
Jews.
and
But they are
I
synagogue
wish
of
them the
Satan.
very luck
That's how they are in
that
Biafra.
they
You see,
overcome
people
all
that
their
they are
adversaries
Biafra.
in this
They are
fight
Biafra.
for the
But they
freedom
are
of Biafra. Thank you for having me.
Thank you once again, Mr. Nee, of course, for these brilliant
Biafra
submissions. We do
imitators.
appreciate
Fulani
your presence
imitators.
here.